Hello. You're listening to the episode of The Wunderkind Show live. What's good? Good morning. Another episode of The Wunderkind Morning Show. I hope everyone's doing great. Everyone that has shown up. I know the chat's going to get popping soon. I hope everyone had a good night's rest. I am rested. I'm ready. Man, I get up literally 6 o'clock in the morning to do all this. So I love it. You know, I love it. We got a great show for you today. Pretty much a lot of stuff has happened, or a couple stuff has happened in the sports world pertaining to the NBA and the NFL. We'll be covering both stories, and we'll be dabbling in a little bit of 90s talk. Why? Because I have a question to ask you guys. So, without further ado, let's start off with the NBA, then we'll go to the NFL, all right? So, last night, I don't know if you know who this person is, but Bronny James, LeBron James' son, was given the opportunity to go into the game in the first quarter, play about 15 minutes of the game for the coach looking for him to give them a spark, pretty much. This man played horrible. Look, I'm torn on this, guys, and I want y'all to understand this. I'm fair, right? Now, as a parent, you want to give your children the best chance possible, right, to succeed and do well and to achieve their dreams. That is literally what every parent every good parent, let me put that in quotation marks, strives for their children. What's good, Coach? Salute. Good morning. Yerp. And parents are always trying to get good parents are always trying to get their children in a position to achieve and to succeed. Achieve and to succeed. That's what LeBron James has done for his son. I don't think any father would look at this and be like, bro, that's a sucker move. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? He has to go and earn. No. I don't want anybody saying that he can't play basketball. I've watched basketball from the 80s, from the 90s on, because I was still a kid at that time. From the 90s on, I've seen guys, literally, that should never have laced up a basketball shoe. I'm talking they couldn't shoot free throws, they couldn't dribble, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at when it comes to him. Like, there's guys that are on NBA benches that don't get no play time. And don't get none. But they're on that team. Why? Because they're great practice players. They will do whatever the coach needs them to do, be whatever the coach needs them to be. They pretty much become the coach's favorite player. Because a lot of times, and coach, you're watching, most coaches, the best player is never their favorite player. Y'all understand that? Let me reiterate that. Most coaches' favorite player is not the best player. It's the player that will do what the coach needs them to do at the moment's notice and be what the coach needs them to be. He could definitely be that. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, there's somebody's spot he could have taken and stuff like that. You can say that for across the NBA. There was a story that Gilbert Arenas had told, and I remember this like clearly, and it was on his podcast, and he was saying how there's some guys on the bench that are better than the starters in the NBA right now. Even when he was playing, they would come in and bust the starters behind. But because, what's good, Don, was good, Lawrence was good. Yeah, and honestly, he probably was nervous because it's a lot on his plate because he knows whatever he does is going to be on national television. Also because of the greatness that his father has exuded through his career. So he had very big shoes to fill. But Gilbert was saying that these players, a lot of times on these that don't get no play time, can play ball. They're great. They're magnificent. The money is not behind them, though. You see, a lot of times, see, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We've seen it a little bit in the NFL, but it's very prevalent in the NBA. when the money goes, money is forwarded into these AAU programs, high school coaches, college programs, college coaches. So when you're coming up into those, they have money backing certain players. Y'all understand that? So even if you're nice and you're good and everyone's like, yo, he's nice. Like that guy over there, bro, but no one likes him or no one really knows about him. He comes out of a school no one is. He went to the All-American game and bust everyone's behind. Yeah. But Nike got their money behind this dude, so that's what we're going to go with. You were not brought here to bust his tail. You were brought here to help refine his skills. Trying to tell you that. That's exactly Bobo. Shaq has said Bobo can play. Look, that's what I try to tell people, man. This is the way the NBA works. So that's another reason why I do not have a problem with LeBron making sure that his son gets the opportunity. And he made sure not only did his son get the opportunity, he made sure that his son got to be under his wing and stay under his tutelage. And he could still be at home. So for these rough nights that he's struggling and stuff like that, he could still go see his father. He could still go see his mother. And his mother and them could build him up. Because look, he could start out rough. Real rough. Kobe Bryant's first season, he averaged 8 points. Like, and I know people's going to say, oh, we saw the greatness from Kobe and everything else in his rookie season that he can extend. He averaged 8 points. He was airballing shots constantly. He was pissing off his teammates. You know what I'm saying? King Blaze, good morning. Clot's in the building. As a Jamaican, your name makes me laugh so hard. Or a Jamaican, because I'm first generation here. Tim Rollins, what's up? Good morning. But that's where we're at with this. Like, and I want people to get jealousy out of their heart. I feel like a lot of discourse with Bronny is jealousy. Jealousy that he has a successful enough parent that can put him in position to be successful. Guess what, guys? That's the way the world works. As a parent, you work, you bust your tail to give your children a better chance at life so they can achieve their dreams. And not only that, but succeed in life. That's what you do. That's what good parents' job is to do. I will never be mad at another man doing what he's supposed to do. What I feel like a lot of discourse around Bronny is jealousy. Like, it ain't fair. He ain't even good. He don't be balling at the rec center. Stuff like that. Mind you, that's a place where I could be coming from because basketball is what I grew up playing. That's my original sport. A lot of people saying I didn't get the chance. I didn't get the opportunity. That could be true, but there's no reason for you to hate and go at this guy. There's none. If you want to do that, go be fair and go at every single person on some of these rosters. Austin Rivers got an opportunity because his father was Doc Rivers. You don't think Steph Curry got extra stuff because his father played in the NBA? Steph Curry was shooting around with NBA players from the time before he could walk. He had a ball in his hands, shooting around, playing around, stuff like that with NBA players. Big Grumpy with an $8 donation. Yes. Thank you. Good morning, Big Grumpy hat. Let's bring Rex Ryan back if we're doing a reunion tour. Ed Ray Sugg, blah, blah, blah. 3 Thunder Slaps Nitro. I got you. 1. Oh. You know we got to wake you up in the morning. 2. Oh. Good morning, Ezra. 2. 3. Oh. Don't forget to drink your coffee and I'll give you a little bit of for that caffeine rush you're about to get. You know how we do it. Thank you for that $8 donation. But that's why I feel a lot of times with the Bronny James discourse. Look, did he play terrible? Yes. But just like I believe Lawrence Williams said, he's probably just, nervous. It happens. This is like, guys, I always try to be transparent in everything that I say. You want everything to be fair across the board. You want everything to be equitable across the board. The problem is, it's never been that way. You understand? That's just the way the world works. That's why listen, and look, I know that might not be the total right thing to say, but once again, if you're a parent, tell me if I'm lying. You're successful. Let's say you made it to the NHL, you're a hockey player, and your son's coming up. You see your son is like, that's my son, that's my boy, right? And he's working that stick, pause, big pause, you know what I'm saying? And doing everything you're saying, yo. And he's like, Pops, I want to make it to the NHL, and I'm going to work hard to do it. You're going to try to tell me as a parent you would try to do everything to get him there? Mind you, this man almost died on the court. His parents thought they lost him. You really take that into consideration also. He almost died. Like, his father almost lost him. As a father, you almost lose your firstborn, the one that's named after you. And you're telling me you wouldn't do everything in your power to give him the opportunity to succeed? Go ahead and lie to me. Go ahead and lie to me. No. Think about some of the players that are in the NBA right now that are absolutely horrible. That are not good. They can't even get on the court. They're on the bench. Been on 10 different teams. You're going to try to tell me you want to try to get your son an opportunity to at least, at the minimum, be one of those players? After almost, and this, mind you, I'm not even the biggest LeBron James. I'm not a big LeBron James guy. I'm a big Michael Jordan guy, big Iverson guy. I like Westbrook and stuff like that. Giannis. Oh, yes, Giannis. I've never been a big LeBron guy, but I'm speaking like honestly here. Honesty is the best policy. Like, as a parent, you're telling me right now that if your child almost died right in front of you, you thinking like, my first kid's gone. You wouldn't help him achieve every dream? Because mind you, he came out of highly touted. He took a step back after that heart scare. Because when he first was, everyone's like, man, he looked like he's going to be nice. That's what I'm talking about. And the crazy thing is, that happened to Shaq's kid too, with the heart thing. I'm just saying, this is the way life goes. He's probably nervous. He'll get more opportunities. I think he'll be fine. I think that the best, he could be a sixth man in the league if he really refines his shooting technique, coming off screens, being able to be an elite defender. That's more about technique. That's more about how bad you want it and how big of a pest you could be. If you could be a 3-and-D, you could pop and shoot anywhere, and you could play relentless defense, you will find a spot at 6'2", 6'3", on any NBA roster. Straight up. Straight up. Especially if he gets on a roster where he can contribute to win a title eventually. That's a win. It's a win. So did he play terrible? Yes. And terrible, I mean terrible. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat his how well he did. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, let me read it off real quick. I believe it was right here. 0 points, 3 turnovers, 1 foul. 0 of 5 from the field goal, 0 of 3 from 3. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm not mad at it, though. I'm not mad. I am not mad. But we're going to pivot to the NFL. You know, you guys like the NFL. You know what we're doing. All right? This is here. Chuck Pagano, former Ravens coach, has now been reinstated back as the secondary coach for us, brought on by John Harbaugh. Oh. Now look, guys, I don't hate this. I don't. I think what Harbaugh wants to do is to give Zach Orr as much help as possible. I think that that's what this is. I think that Harbaugh wants to have people that have been there, done that, been in certain situations in the ear of a Zach Orr. I'm not against this at all. This is, to me, this is one of the things I'll say that John Harbaugh is good at. bringing in guys to help support other people so that they can succeed. You know what I'm saying? He did it with what's his name that just left. That went to be the Seahawks coach. That's what he did. He brought in some older guys that he trusts that could be in his ear, show him certain things. And then, remember, he just kept growing, evolving, and everyone's like, oh, we want him to be the head coach. So this is actually a winning move. I'm not against this at all. I'd be hard-pressed to find another Raven fan to be like why they don't want it or why they're against it. They came out with with a statement. I'm going to read it to you real quick. A statement on it. And pretty much it said, it is exciting to add Chuck Pagano to our defensive staff and continue to develop and grow our young and talented secondary. Chuck brings a wealth of knowledge, experience, and coaching talent to our team. He has deep ties to the program and is excited to get to work. Statement from the head coach, John Harbaugh. So I'm all for this. The only other thing I want to hear from the secondary is they got rid of Brandon Stevens, and I'm dead serious. He has to go. I do not want to see that man back on this team. That's exactly how I felt watching him game in, game out, week in, week out. Have you watched tape on him? Have you seen him miss every play? Have you seen him drop those balls? Pause. Like, bro, yo, that's the only other thing I want to hear about the secondary. Brandon Stevens is gone. Mind you, this is from me who always said, well, at least he's in the right place. If he could just get his head around, he can make plays. Brandon Stevens got worse as the season progressed. And teams saw that and took high advantage of it, especially in high-pressure situations. Like, if it's like, all right, 3rd and 14, games on the line, literally, you can watch the quarterbacks out. You're like, where's Brandon Stevens? Where's Brandon Stevens? There you are. Yo, it's like, nah, bro. Like, yo, turkey, Lawrence Wilson said, Brandon Stevens is turkey bacon, always getting cooked. Facts! Like, yo, it's nasty, bro. And Lawrence Wilson on another topic, yeah, he is an off-ball guard that has point guard responsibilities. Facts. You know what I'm saying? He just has to find his niche and he'll be fine. But Conscious X says, yes, sir, I was happy about this move. I bet you a lot of people, coaches and stuff like that, like this move. Look, Pagano was a decent head coach. He was not garbage. His teams did well, performed well. I think the only team he didn't perform well, if I'm not mistaken, was when Peyton went down and the team won only like one game. But I think that's the worst season of his career. Every other season he's had great seasons. And he's done very well. So I'm not against this at all. If it's another older, seasoned veteran coach in the ear of a Zach Orr to help him evolve even further. The only problem I have with this is it's so funny. It's like I want the best for everybody. Like the sour grape is if Zach Orr comes out and the defense is bombastic from beginning to end, he's gone the next season after. You know what I'm saying? And then right as playoffs start, they go, oh, we want to interview you. We want to give you a chance. Come over here. Let's see what you want to say. Let's take away some of that planning so the Ravens can lose again. That's literally all that's going to happen. That's why a little frustrating because it's like you already know if he does well how this is going to go. But at the same time, you want guys that work hard and try hard to get the opportunity to be head coaches and stuff like that. Every coach would love the opportunity, regardless if he's on a stacked team, to get the opportunity to coach his own team. Sip the tally, there's a reason why we call him coach. You understand where I'm coming from? He has coached football. High school, I believe, and stuff like that, like a lot of football. And if you ask him, go to his channel, Sip the Tally, and you ask him, you say, yo, coach, did you ever dream about coaching in the NFL? And would you go if given opportunity? I bet you he'd be like, of course. Like, we're not just talking about generational wealth that comes with these decisions. We're talking about the ability to put your stamp as a head coach, a leader of men, on full display. It's an opportunity that most coaches would kill for. So that's why I say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad when a guy shows out as a coach and then goes to a team that gives him an opportunity to be a head coach. So if that's what happens, that's what happens. I believe that's what's going to end up happening. I think the defense, I told y'all when the year started out, I said our biggest problems are going to be on defense and the offensive line. So I said, and it happened. I think the defense is going to come out swinging next year. I think the defense is going to miss a beat. God for, knock on wood or whatever else in case of, injuries and stuff like that. But if we stay healthy, I don't even think this is going to be a top 10 defense. I think this will have the works to be a top 5, top 3, or top 2 defense in the entire league. I'm serious. And then if that happens, Zach Orr's gone. Coach is the man. Yeah, shout out Don D'Amelio for coach. Yep. Lawrence Wilson, question. Does this look like a last hurrah for John? I don't think we resign John. I think John go out like Ray, and then it's new beginning for Lamar in the number 1 jersey. Let me let you understand this right now. For everybody watching and listening. If you have not already done so, make sure you like and subscribe also. If the Ravens win, I repeat, I reiterate, if the Ravens go out there and win a title with John Harbaugh as the coach, that man will be in a wheelchair still coaching the Ravens. I'm letting you know that right now. He ain't going nowhere. I want you to understand this. Look how much has been given to John Harbaugh off of 1 Super Bowl. Just 1. Let's be real. Let's be factual. Now he gets 2 of them things. How long has John Harbaugh been a coach? How much grace has that 1 Super Bowl afforded him? Now imagine how much grace would be afforded to him if he's a 2-time Super Bowl winning coach. Go ahead, do the numbers. Do the mathematical equations to break it down for me on this channel. That man ain't going nowhere. Unless he says himself, I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be at home, chill, working in the front office and show up to the games. like Ozzy. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to do all the work and stuff like that, but you're still required to be at the games and stuff like that. We have to force him to leave. Bro. Chief Tron, it says, I thought Chuck retired because of heart issues. I think that was part of it, just like Gary Kubiak. Gary Kubiak had taken a step back because of heart issues, but then he came back. You know what I'm saying? And he's been here and there and everywhere. That's another coach that I like a lot, Gary Kubiak. He was and people don't understand Kubiak's background, him being the backup to what's his name? The Broncos, star quarterback all them years ago that won 2 titles with Shannon Sharp. His name always escapes me. But that's where, you know what I'm saying, under Shanahan, where, you know what I'm saying, Kubiak got his chops. So, being the backup to that. So, yeah. Chief John said, I miss Cubes. Yeah, Cubes is nice, man. Yeah, Don D'Amelio, people don't realize John Drut's got roots. Make no mistake about it. He has a very big tree. Pause. Big pause. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. I'm not against it. Raven fans should be happy about it. It's another way. John Elway. Thank you, Jeremiah Smith. Bro, I don't know why I never remember John Elway's name. He's one of the only greats that name, every time I bring him up, his name escapes me. Every single time. That's so weird. But yeah, he was the backup quarterback to John Elway. A lot of people don't know that. I think Zach Orr would stay for a while. I don't think so. No, he wouldn't. No, he would not. Listen, if Zach Orr goes out there and has a top 5 defense is causing turnovers, wreaking havoc, because you know they love to give credit to everybody really but Lamar. So he's going to be brought up even further by the media. The media is going to be pushing that narrative because they're going to want to get as much people out of Baltimore as possible so that Lamar has a lesser chance to win and the Ravens have a lesser chance to win. The media does not like the Ravens. I keep trying to tell you that. They don't like us. They don't like the fans. They don't like the stadium. They don't like the team. They don't like the logo. They're like, you picked a black bird? You people were just like, well, it's Edgar Allan Poe. It's like, nah, bro, get that out of here. And then on top of it, to put the icing on the cake and the cherry on top, they despise Lamar Jackson. So, of course, they're going to be looking to big up somebody to get them out of Baltimore. That's what they wanted to do before. And we already know everybody, when it comes to Baltimore, they poach and they preen and pick everything we have that is good. As soon as we do good, they go after secondary coaches, regular coaches, backup coaches, people, the grounds team. Everybody gets poached. We've seen it. Last season, they took, linebackers coach, secondary coach, defensive coach. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Ow! Nasty work. That's why people were so scared that Monken would get taken. Because they're like, they always do that to the Ravens. I knew he wasn't going nowhere. I said that. I said they did the same. When it comes to the offense, even though sometimes people, in the eyes of people, get more credit than they're supposed to get, because they're saying it's because of the players more that you have than the scheme that you're running. They'll big you up and say, oh, you've done X, Y, and Z, but you're not going to get the type of opportunity because they're going to say, well, it's because you have Lamar Jackson, even though they hate him. They'll use that as a crutch against him. That's why Eric Bieniemy has a striking. It's like, yeah, I mean, they actually were a better offense when you were there, but you had Patrick Mahomes. They've won titles without you. You still had Travis Kelce. You had Andy Reid overlooking everything. You get where I'm coming from? So sometimes it can work as a double-edged sword against you. And that's where I'm at. With it. You know what I'm saying? But shout-outs. I'm not mad. We got this going and stuff like that. I think we're going to be great on defense next year, barring injury. And I think this is going to help us hit the ground running. And once we hit the ground running, the very next year, Zach Orr will be gone. And if he's not gone, then they'll probably sign him to an extension. And then in the fields of where they could say, well, we could trade him or something like that in the future because he becomes a prime trade suspect, especially if we win the title. People have to understand that. We win the title, a lot of people are going to be gone. You remember when the Giants won the Super Bowl? Their fourth wide receiver on the team, third wide receiver on the team got poached by other poached by other teams and paid handsome contracts. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. So I'm not really worried about it too much. I think it will be a big help. I think Raven fans will be happy, and then we'll move on from there. Straight up. I think, and that's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. We move forward as it goes. But definitely something good. Last but not least, as we close out the Wunderkind Show morning show, right? Guys, y'all know I'm an 80s baby, right? Grew up at certain times. I like to give elements of myself in the shows and stuff like that. I just think it makes the show better and more fun. Not only for me, but for you guys. Do y'all remember waking up in the morning or waking up certain nights and watching Nickelodeon? Do y'all remember those days? I want to ask you guys that. Do y'all remember this show on Nickelodeon? I don't want to close out on this. Do y'all remember this? I want to know in the chat. Do y'all remember this? Bro, I asked mad people if they remember this. They don't remember this show. And I'm like, y'all never watched My Brother and Me with Alfie and Goo? Goo! Ah! Bro! Yo! Cheap Charles like, yo, that was one of my favorite, bro. Do you know they only did like one season or half a season? Because the show did better than what they thought it was going to do. So they didn't want to pay because technically they only brought in like half a season. So the actors and stuff, because it became a certain like a small time hit, wanted more money, and they said no. And they just ran straight reruns for years of that show. Yes. Yo, look at Todd Nuts. Yes. Troy Gale. Yes. Bro. Big Grubby said he's 173. He remembers it. Bro. Yo, listen, man, I'm going to keep doing stuff like that, bro. Just dropping little tidbits and stuff like that. Because, look, you know what's crazy? As we close, the world has changed so much. Like, people don't understand, like, a lot of the things that we had as kids, it's so far removed. Like, there's like, when schools were all the same, like everybody had the same Macintosh computers. All of us were playing the Oregon Trail. You know what I'm saying? If you grew up in a certain time, all of us had the same type of school speakers. Most of us had the same type of dial-up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had Juno. When you pick up your phone, like that, and I love pulling those strings of people's memories of this time, because it wasn't a bad time. It was a great time to be a kid. Great time to be a kid. That's when every fast food place had a jungle gym at it. Some of them had video game props in it, like Nintendo 64 or Dreamcast, that you could sit after you eating your stuff with your family, because it was always a treat for the family to go out to McDonald's or Burger King or something like that, and you would sit there and play games with your siblings or another kid from another table that challenges you. I remember Mortal Kombat first coming out. I remember when Street Fighter first came out. And amongst those memories, this show is one of the shows that was one of my favorites as a kid. There's another show I'm going to bring to you guys, see if you guys remember it too, on the next time that we're here. But I do like to touch on, pull those heartstrings a little bit. Because, man, it was an amazing time to be a kid, man. Kids were outside playing, sweating, starting kickball, dodgeball. Dodgeball, you can't even play in school no more. It's banned across the entire United States. School of House Rock, yes. Gullah Gullah Island, Gullah Gullah, Binya Binya. You think I forget? Nah, bro, we do this on this channel. Bro, I want y'all to have a great day, a great morning. For the Wunderkind Morning Show. I think I'm gonna sing an intro eventually. Be like, the Wunderkind Morning Show. Where your mind at this morning? The Wunderkind Morning Show. Let's just have a great morning. The Wunderkind Morning Show. Yo, I can't even go any further on it. We'll bring this up on the next episode. We will. Because I'll be with you guys tomorrow too. We will be going live. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show is Nigel signing off. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, subscribe. If you have not already hit that like button and smash that subscribe button, be a part of the team. Let's grow this channel the right way. And I love you guys. Hope everyone has a great morning, bro. And y'all already know. Salute Agnes. Agnes also said Nitro. Singing Schoolhouse Rock. Bro, I remember all that stuff. Like even the old commercials. Like how many licks did it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, crunch. And to give the kid back the stick. And then they'll say, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? I remember all that stuff, man. That, like, if you were a kid at that time watching everything, that's what you grew up with. And I love you guys because we can talk about stuff like that. Real talk. But like I said, have a wonderful day. That's an episode of the Wunderkind Show Morning Show, and I'm out this junk. You know what we do. Peace. And I am out of here. Have a good morning. Godspeed. And thank you for loving my energy. I do try to shine for you guys. Ha ha ha. Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.
Yeah.